Taylor Swift. Just you know what? I like some of her songs, so whatever. I'm guilty of liking some of her songs, but I'm not like these people who are all on
Damn
Instagram. Like,
you and your
oh my God, her new album came out.
damn you and your catchy songs.
Okay, if one of us had to be Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Marie would be Huey. I feel like Jose would be a Louie. You know why? Because it's almost like Italian kind of. Like if one of us is going to be Italian, it'd probably be more you.
I
Kind
do
of.
talk with my hands a lot.
We'd all be Huey, Dewey, and Louie. We'd be them though because none of us are wearing pants. Ew.
Yeah.
Ayo.
They don't wear pants, right? Just like their uncle.
Yep. Oh,
Nope.
Pets
God,
don't wear pants.
don't word it that way. We're off
True.
to a great start. Welcome back to Not a Strong Start, a podcast by filmmakers talk movies, television, and will not mention people without their pants. I'm your host, Daniel Sangre, because I forgot to put my nickname.
I am also your host. Nope, I am not also your
You
host.
are also the
I
host.
am
You
not your
are.
host.
Yeah.
I
Your
am
co-host.
co-host
Yes.
Jose, because I also forgot to put my name on this one.
Italiano
We're
Ramos.
starting off real strong here.
Strong, baby.
Real
Oh God,
strong.
it matches your shirt. That looks like a Star Wars
It
shirt.
does.
Daniel, is that a Star Wars shirt? What
It
shirt
does.
is that? Are you wearing?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is a Not a Strong Start podcast. Where can you find this? Check out this ad.
Hey everyone, let's take a moment to talk about where I've been getting these new Not a Strong Start t-shirts from. Head on over to itsnas.threadless.com, the only place where you can get Not a Strong Start merch, whether it's our newly designed mascot or just your favorite movie logo now with some Nas flair. You can rep your Nas love on tee, hoodie, mug, rug, and so much more. So get yours today. Just click on that link below and have yourself a strong start. Have a not a strong start, have a start that's strong, but not so strong. You know what to do.
What? Wow, George. Great way to market that.
Good
Wait.
job, George.
I didn't see anything.
Wow.
And if you guys have not guessed it, this is going to be a little off the cuff episode. This is going to be a part 2 to one of our previous episodes, which I don't even remember what we named, but it was basically a
One must go.
go.
Yeah.
One must go.
Hey,
I looked it
that
up.
makes sense that was
I
the
looked it up.
title.
Yeah. One must go. So I am going to be throwing out some choices out there from different categories, and we're going to decide which one is the one that must go. So there
Should
might
it
be some
stay?
controversy. There might be some disagreement. Some of them are easy. Some of them might not be as easy for some people. With that being said, you guys want to get right into it?
Let's do it.
Yes.
If
Rated.
Jose starts off and says, okay, some of it may not be easy for you guys, and then he just specifically names my mom, my grandma, like my family
Yeah.
members, one of them's got to be killed, Dan. Like, well, come on.
Has
Which
them
one
all in
isn't
his
Dan?
room. He pans over
Yeah.
to the camera.
All
He's like,
tied up.
tell me which one.
Tell me which
One more.
one. Yeah.
And
It's like,
I called them before the episode, tell them to make sure they watch. So first category, let's go. Let's go movies. All right,
Oh,
we're gonna start pretty easy. All right, one of these horror movies must go. We have The Thing. We have The Fly. We have The Exorcist, and we have The Night of the Living Dead.
okay.
One must go, and of course, with some of them, if the first one goes, that means they all go. There's no sequels if there's no original.
That's literally what I was gonna ask you right now. I was gonna have
Yeah.
my patented
And
question.
before you make your decisions, let's cheers.
clink, clink, clicky, clink.
All right, Marie, we'll start with you on this one. Which
Uh-huh.
one must go? The Thing, The Fly, The Exorcist, The Night of the Living Dead. Which of the does must go?
The Fly. I've never seen the whole thing. But Jeff Goldblum stays, right? Like he stays. It
No.
doesn't wipe him from existence, right?
It wipes him
He
out.
gets
No.
wiped out now. No, he doesn't.
No. Good. Then that would not be that. Yeah, The Fly.
The Fly. Okay, I guess it makes it easy when you haven't seen it. Dan, I know you've
Shocker.
seen all 4 of these.
I have. I'm gonna go with The Fly as well. It was good, but the reason why is because The Fly they did such a phenomenal job with the prosthetic designs that is very yucky to watch. And even when I watch it now, I'm like, like I get the hibby jibbies when I sit there and I watch it. So I would rather not watch that. So
puking
that's how.
part, like the puke coming
Yeah,
out,
when you
like
see that,
that
like the
part.
skin's coming off and all that, it's like,
Yeah.
ugh, like it's so gross and very realistic. You can't
Mm.
get rid of what was it? Was it Night of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can't. I mean, just because then you don't you lose out on all the sequels. You can't get rid of the thing. And then
Mm.
what was the other one? The Exorcist. You can't get rid of the Exorcist, man.
No.
Ever. Can't stop, won't stop.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna go controversial here.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm gonna get rid of The Exorcist
You
out
know
of here.
what? Like, you, best one out of the group, in my opinion. Of course, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna kill you guys right now.
Yeah.
This is like, you
Yeah.
Yeah,
might as well just make us in our family because this is the same type of thing. You're like, you're killing our family right now with this choice.
Yeah.
you really
I,
did.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get rid of The Exorcist as a personal thing because I saw that movie so late that it did not have the effect on me that it had on all these other everyone else who watched it, maybe
Us.
watched it early. I watched it when I was a lot older. It had all this hype behind it, the scariest movie of all time. I remember sitting there watching, I'm like, where is the fear? Where is the scariness here? Supposed to be the scariest movie of all time. I don't see it. Blah. So for that, me personally, I can do without The Exorcist.
Also, Jose is a Satanist and he was rooting for Pazuzu to win. So,
All right, there we go. We got a nice easy one out of the way
mm,
to start. Let's go with another movie one before we go on. All right. We must get rid of one of these characters.
Mm,
mm.
This character will cease to exist.
mm.
Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, or Michelangelo. Which turtle will you wipe from existence, leaving only the other three? Dan, we'll start with you this time.
Okay.
Which Ninja Turtle are you getting rid of and why?
Never Mikey and never Donnie. I'm never getting rid of them.
Mm.
Mikey was my favorite as a kid. I really appreciated Donnie as I gotten older. It
Mm.
comes down to Leo and Raphael. And oh man, like I really like Leo. I like what he represents, but he reminds me a little bit like a Cyclops character, where he's just like really kind of more basic, blandish hero with not like a lot of too much conflict enough. It seems like they're just trying to learn just how to lead properly, which is a little more flatter to me. Raphael at least had the anger issues and all that stuff. He was also a big crybaby and whiner. So
Mm.
you kind of need that personality to kind of count to balance it out, but we'll cut out Raphael.
Okay. Do you really need that personality, Dan? Do you really need
Who?
that in a group? Little whiny
Raphael?
personality? No.
No.
Oh, I'm also gonna go Raphael on this one. I feel you need Michelangelo. You need the fun that things can get too stressful being superhero mutant turtles, in the New York sewers. So you need a little bit of that, that fun. So you got to keep Michelangelo. Donatello, he's the smart one. You need him for his intelligence and certain iterations. He's their like inventor and stuff. You kind of need that. Leonardo, he's he's the leader, really the only one that can lead this group. There'll be a mess without him. Plus, he's got the sword, which is the coolest weapon
That
and
is
all
the
that.
coolest weapon, yeah.
Yeah, Raphael, pretty bitch. I'm gonna say that he kind of want to be a bitch, and he's a liability. The amount of times that he gets himself in trouble and they have to come and bail him out, and I think he got beat up in every movie that he was in. So there's always something with Raphael. He's always costing them. You get rid of him, I feel it's the best for the group. What about you, Murray?
Mm. Okay. Well, we know I'd never get rid of Leo because he was my first love. So I'd never get rid of him. And as a show perspective, watch as an entertainment, as I'm watching it as a show, a movie, a cartoon, I like Donatello and I like the smarts. He was my second favorite, but I would get rid of him because I feel like he didn't add much except for his smarts to the show. And because you have like Raphael's my least favorite, but for entertainment value and to have like that loose cannon and having like the anger issues, and then you have the funny guy Michelangelo, then you need that like mediator in the middle, which is Leo, like the strong leader. But we don't really need Donatello for like entertainment value for a show. He was good to have to like
But you need
make
him to
things and
fight.
be smart. And
Yeah, he built
I
a
mean,
prodigy.
you do, but I feel like he's the least necessary one. But I like him. But I get rid of
Doesn't
Donatello.
sound like you do.
Give me the
Oh,
drama, not the intelligence. Let's start with cookies. Let's start with cookies.
okay.
All right.
I
Which
love
flavor
cookies.
cookies must go? We have Snickerdoodle,
Oh,
oatmeal,
mm,
chocolate chip, sugar cookies.
mm, mm.
Easy.
So which will go?
Easy.
All right. Well, Marie, you start us off.
Daniel and I say it at the same time because we're gonna pick the same one probably. Three,
Yeah.
two, one.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Hey, snickerdoodles. I love cinnamon so
Me too.
much. Cinnamon's my baby. And my grandma used to make snickerdoodle cookies all the time. So it's like, oh, I love those. And sugar cookies are just classic. Throw some icing on there and they're so good. So good. And they're good for every season and every holiday. You need the sugar cookies. And then chocolate chip, come on. Classic, like a soft chocolate chip. When they're out of the oven, I make really good chocolate chip cookies. This recipe is so good. And when they're warm, you pull them apart and the chocolate's like all gooey and you're just like, oh my God.
Nestle recipe.
Nestlé à Toulouse. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Oatmeal.
go. I'm gonna have to go sugar cookies on
Hey,
this
what?
one.
Because they're too
I
simple.
I
That's
actually love
racist.
oatmeal,
That is
oatmeal
racist.
cookies, oatmeal
Okay.
cranberry, oatmeal raisin. Like I like a good oatmeal cookie with a glass of milk. Chocolate chip is a classic, so can't really do much with that. And then snickerdoodle's great. Sugar cookies, sometimes it's just they're a little too much. And they remind me a
Oh,
lot of like elementary school. They used to give you those sugar cookies with like all
yeah.
those crystallized stuff on the outside. They were good at that
Hmm.
time, but you kind of got a little tired of them. So I'm not, but those are my choices. Not that I don't like sugar cookies, but I'm gonna take oatmeal over sugar cookies.
And I like Jose's old man answer. Just
Yeah.
sometimes an oatmeal cookie with a glass of milk. I put on my cardigan and sit on my rocker, my lazy boy, and I
Yeah.
got my oatmeal and I dip it in the milk and gets my digestive system going. Keeps me regular.
Yeah. Once you hit 28 like me, you just have to like move on to things like oatmeal cookies.
While wearing yeah, like penny loafers at home.
Penny loafers.
All right, so it seems like these are too easy for you guys. Okay, so we'll switch it
Hmm.
up then. Here,
Hmm.
all right,
We
Hmm.
need to we want to fight. We want to
let's
fight
go
each other.
back to
Yeah.
movies, and we're gonna go characters.
I
One of
love
these
characters.
characters has to go,
Ooh.
and the category of the movies is heroines. So Ripley,
Mm.
Sarah Connor,
Mm.
Princess Leia,
I knew that was
Mm.
coming.
Larry Strode,
Larry Strode.
Laurie Strode.
Larry.
Larry Strode. Him. He can go.
Every movie that character is involved goes with them too.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
hard.
All right. Well, we'll start with Dan because he seems like he has his easy answer, and I think I know who he's gonna
I
go with.
feel
Go
like
ahead,
we all
Dan.
know what my answer is. Bye, Larry
Larry.
Stroud. Yeah. Sorry, no offense. I mean, I enjoy the Halloween movies. I really do. I appreciate
Hmm.
them, but there's so many bad sequels that have spawned off that. Can't get rid of Ripley. You're not going to take Xenomorph from me. Just not going to happen. Leia means you eliminate Star Wars. Hello. Hello. I'm wearing a Star Wars inspired, not a strong start t-shirt. And then you're going to take Terminator from me? You're going to take Terminator from me? As soon as you mentioned those first three, I don't care who the fourth one was. She was gone.
As a character, my least favorite one is Laurie, actually. But the Halloween movie made me who I am a little.
Eliminates the
Um,
Halloween.
but
Yeah.
I hate a whole bunch of the Halloween movies, like all the three new ones that she's in. I hate them. So, oh crap. I'm trying to think
It,
like
w-
what I
it
would
would
what I
also
would
get rid of
watch.
the one that we just reviewed, with
It would get
the Rob Zombie ones too.
But then it's like I watch the Terminator movies less, but those movies are so good, and Terminator 2 is like one of the best movies ever. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What do
Vegas
I do?
action. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, this is. I hate this right now. I'm already mad. I'm Raphaeling it a little bit. I'm Ralphie. Okay, I'm
Yes,
Ralphing. I don't mean Sarah
Sarah
Connor.
Connor. I already knew
I
you were gonna
don't
say
mean
that.
it.
I knew you
I
were gonna
don't
go with
mean it
that.
though.
All right, don't worry, Marie. You don't need to do it. I'll do it for you. I choose Laurie Strode for this one. Um, It's a tough one because it's hard getting rid of the whole the horror slasher one, and it would get rid of Halloween. But out of all of those
Yeah.
franchises, that's that's going to be the one that I will have to sacrifice. I'm not doing Alien. I'm not doing Terminator.
I
And some of the
understand.
new Star
I
Wars made me
understand.
contemplate Star Wars, but I
I
can't get rid
know.
of those
I
originals.
can't.
Yeah, there's too much to eliminate there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Lori on that
If you guys had to
Yeah. I
replace
mean,
your fourth one, so like let's say we remove Sarah Connor from you, right? Well, I don't know how you guys would feel.
mhm.
Because I was trying to think what would be a strong fourth one for me to get to make me hesitate. If you were to take away, if you were to add uh the bride from Kill Bill as that fourth option,
Oh
I'd
my
be
God,
like,
yeah.
oh my God. Like now I really
Who?
don't
Who would
know.
you choose?
I really don't
Ooh.
know. I really don't know.
That's how I just felt. It's right there. That's not how I just felt. Was this how you're feeling right
Yeah,
now?
that's how I would feel because he says Lori. To me, that was an easy pick. I don't know if you
Hmm.
take the bride, I'd have to really think about that one. But good,
one.
good
Right.
thing Jose didn't ask
It's
that.
hard.
I threw in Lori because I knew that was gonna
Yeah,
make things a little harder for
yeah,
Marie.
yeah.
I just can't get rid of those movies.
All right.
They should be good heart of me.
All right, let's lighten it up a little bit and let's go with
Please.
Hmm.
adorable animals. But one adorable animal needs to go and become extinct pretty much.
Hmm.
We have
Wow, this is
yeah, red pandas,
Ooh, I
no.
love red pandas. Have you fed them?
otter
Have you seen the videos where they feed them food and they eat it
yeah,
while they
They're
yeah.
my
stand?
favorite.
Okay. Regular panda.
Oh, the job where you can like hug them.
Yeah. Yeah. Otters
Ooh.
or penguins. One
Uh,
one
Oh.
must become extinct.
okay.
Ooh. Okay, I think I got
Which
it.
one is it?
Penguins, because they're a bird. Penguins, they're a bird.
Well,
I don't like birds.
Marie,
Get rid of the
no,
penguins.
Marie, no hesitations.
Have
Just
you
like
seen
F the
Happy Feet?
penguins
No.
there.
Surfs
Yeah.
Up?
Little
Yeah.
tuxedos, nice walking
Yeah.
around, like
Eh.
adorable. Oh,
No, I can't get rid of otters because that's what I always call my son. I say he's like a little otter. That's his little spirit animal. So I can't get rid of otters because they just reminds you of my son. So, but and like pandas, red pandas, never. No
Mm-mm.
one
Mm-mm.
is getting rid of red panda. You're a psychopath if you get rid of a red panda. Look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Watch them eat.
just watch them eat. Yeah,
all right.
penguins can f right off.
Yeah, Marie didn't even let me finish the options
Jeez.
before she said
Yeah.
penguins. All right, there we go, penguins. All right, Dan.
All right. I'm gonna go with otters.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
just
get it.
otters are okay. I mean, they're cute, but like penguins, like they hold hands and like they have happy feet, like the way that they walk and
Otters,
the way that they
otters hold
swim.
hands when they sleep. Otters hold hands when
Yeah,
they
they do
sleep on
too.
their
But
backs in the
penguins hold hands when
water.
they walk. Okay, and
When they
and
waddle.
otters, yes, otters only do it just that way they don't float around and get lost. Are they doing it for like comfort level with each other? We don't know, right? The jury's still out there.
Yes.
They might do it just as a way to interlink each other. That way they don't float off and die, and get eaten by a bear. Panda bear.
Prove them right.
Panda bear. Let's
The
say
panda
polar
bear.
bear.
That's it.
Oh, this is tough because I chose four animals that I'm like
I love.
I'm like yeah, look these
Yeah.
animals are great.
You want to cuddle him? You could say it.
Yeah, but
I
I do want to
know.
cuddle him. I
with
want to cuddle
with
him.
his oatmeal cookies and his cardigan and his lazy boy with all these
Yeah,
animals, got a penguin holding it the otter's hand.
yeah. Not watching Halloween. I'm gonna have to go penguins out of these. In there, just they need the cold. I think to be
Yeah,
best
that's
at.
why.
And I don't like the cold, so like I feel I'm more likely to have one of the other three than that one, and that is the reason why I'm gonna have to X-nay the penguinays.
You know what that means, though? It
Lemonade.
means the penguin character doesn't exist in Batman anymore. So there you go.
That's
You
right.
just, you just killed him.
There's plenty of good villains.
But that means the TV show with Colin Farrell is also not going to happen.
And Batman Returns didn't happen.
And Batman
We
Returns didn't happen.
Oh.
Nor the Batman.
oh, they would have just chosen
Nor.
another villain. No, Batman was still happy. They would have chosen another villain. We could have had the Otter or something like just
The
come up with
Otter.
a-
Doesn't sound as menacing, but neither did the Penguin, though, right?
Yeah, penguin.
There you go.
Not something menacing at all.
Yeah.
Now the otter. Oh,
Oh.
you watch out for
Watch
the
out.
otter.
Watch out.
You watch your car with that one. He'll pop your tires.
This one's gonna be,
Yeah.
I feel, harder on Dan than it is
Mm,
on Ray.
I like it
Uh,
harder.
yeah, that's what he said.
I
Okay,
did say that.
but you must get rid of one director.
Ooh.
Christopher Nolan,
Mm.
Martin Scorsese,
Ooh.
Ari Aster,
Ooh.
Tarantino.
Never.
Ooh.
One must go, and every movie that they made goes with it.
I need to look up a couple catalogs right now. I know I've seen like a bunch
Okay,
of
I got it.
movies,
I
but I
got
need
it.
to
I
see
got it. I have one.
what.
Um, Dang it. Okay, so no one Tarantino, no one Scorsese, that's for sure.
Mm.
It's gonna come down to Nolan. It's gonna come down to Ari Aster, and I think the reason why I
Nolan.
say, yeah,
Whoa.
Okay.
the reason why I think it comes down to it, the reason why I think I end up getting rid of Ari Aster is because he only has 3 movies under his belt that I've
Yeah, but
seen in
they're
my
so
career.
good.
They're brilliant. They're brilliant, but Nolan, that's why I'm like, "Ah, but Nolan, I get rid of the Dark Knight trilogy and Heath Ledger's performance, which I cannot do. You
Mm-mm.
get rid of Inception, Interstellar, Memento, like I can't do that either. So I
Ari
do Ari
Aster.
Aster.
He never did it.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it.
But he
He never
spawned
did
that
it.
quote, like that famous quote, one
Yeah,
of
I know.
top 3 most famous quotes out of our whole podcast is he did it again, would never
Yeah.
Yeah,
exist.
I
Yep.
know. But Hereditary would never exist. Like Hereditary
Hereditary, I
alone,
know.
I can't
That
get
and
rid of
Midsummer.
that.
It's those
I
two
yeah.
movies. It's like,
Mhm.
Daniel has
Scorsese.
made his choice.
Scorsese.
Whoa.
we've
Okay.
Just because
established this on Late to the Game. She doesn't love his movies.
no. It's not
No,
that I don't
you
think his movies are
appreciate
really
them.
good.
You
Yeah,
just don't
I
go back
do.
to him.
Really.
You don't go back to his movies and rewatch them. They're heavy.
Yeah, they are heavy. And they're the least I don't know. I get the least amount of like awe factor from it. Like I'm watching it like, wow, this is a beautiful movie. I can appreciate the shots and everything and the way it's shot, but I'm not like, wow, look at this. Like I don't it's not like this like artistically stunning piece. It's just kind of I don't know. It's
You
too
haven't seen
real
enough
and
of his movies.
different.
Yeah.
I've seen ones and they all have the same vibe it to me. Like they all make me feel like very similar ways because I can like I don't know. He's great. I just for me personally, I wouldn't mind if I didn't watch any of those movies again. It wouldn't affect me very hard.
For me, Nolan is not even considered in
No,
this.
that's your
Not even considered on this list.
mm,
And then Scorsese, I was like, can't get rid of like Wolf of Wall Street, Casino, Goodfellas, The Departed. Like, no, it's
Departed.
too many things under his belt. The Aviator, too many great things under his belt. So I can't get rid of him. So it was between Tarantino and Ari in there. I had to think about it.
Ne- I
Uh,
don't understand how any human being on the planet get rid of Quentin Tarantino, but okay.
Jose doesn't
because
like him as well as we do.
his
I
catalog
don't get it.
it's been hit or miss with me. I think I'm like 50-50 on his. There's things I really like, there's things I don't like when it comes to him.
I
So
don't get it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
His style is not always for me the over monologues and sometimes I can see him writing his script while I'm looking at a character talk instead of like the
Mhm.
character actually like talking. But uh I had to go with Ari instead of Tarantino just based on volume. That if his volume was similar to Tarantino's with the quality of like Midsommar and Hereditary, probably would have gone Tarantino. But on volume itself, losing more good movies going with Tarantino than I am going with Ari. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Ari.
Can't get rid of Pulp, man. Cannot get rid of Pulp and wipe it out from existence.
No.
Inglorious Bastards, like Kill
Oh,
Bill. I cannot get rid of those.
Django, even Django.
I
Django's my
love
like
Django's up
is
there
my
for
close
me.
second from like close second. Like
I
almost tied with Kill
those
Bill. Like I
those
love it.
four I can't stop watching. It's that Django is a
Mhm.
part of it, and then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has just really risen up the
Oh,
ranks. I
it's
love
so
the
good.
more I go back to it, the more I watch it more and more, and it's like it moved into that top five. You know, like that five is like elite, where like I'll go back to those for the rest of my life, going back and
Yeah.
rewatching it so
Yes.
much, right? Even though he has other good ones, it's those ones. But like I like Jackie Brown too, man. Jackie Brown has grown on me
It's
throughout the
growing
years.
on you, hey? It's growing
Yeah,
on you.
hey, yeah.
Uh,
Wait, so my A sounds different than your A. Your A is Canadian A. My A is like A. So how do I do
No.
your A? I tried to duplicate
You
you and I
have
couldn't do it. A,
oh no,
A, A,
you have to say it as like a punctuation at the end of a
A.
sentence. So you just be like,
Like a
I
question.
can't get rid of it. Jackie Brown's growing on me, eh? Like it's
Jackie Brown's
really
growing on
like
me, A,
yeah,
A.
yeah.
But even the way I say it,
Yeah.
like I have like a
A
slow down A. Like it's very I'm like laying back in my seat saying, and that's not the correct way to say it.
you have to look at the way it's spelled. Like EH. It's like A,
A, A,
A,
A. I
A,
see almost like a
A.
question mark. A.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, it is a
you want some
question mark.
Snickers, eh?
Yeah. No, it'd be more like these Snickers are really good, eh? Like nothing could top a Snickers, eh? Like that's
Oh
totally,
no,
eh?
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
Hey.
mean, eh?
And then, how does is there like another word that the person says to respond to that? Like a,
No,
a.
no, it's this. Oh yeah, no, no,
Oh
yeah, I know,
yeah.
way. Like oh yeah, no, no, but yeah, really, no, yes, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. It's always yeah, no, and yeah, no, yeah, no, eh?
Imagine you walk into a restaurant and you get like everybody's in that part of their conversation. So everybody just chirping around in the restaurant.
I can't. Oh, sorry, I need to go back to. I can't get rid of Hereditary ever because it's stunning and the sound and the song and the music and the score and
Unbelievable. Yeah.
it restored my faith in horror when I watched it. I was like, oh my God, modern day horror maybe is going to be good. And then there's been a ton of misses since then, but
There's been
we
also
restored the
some
faith for a little
occasional
bit.
hits.
There has
yeah.
been occasional hits, and it was that reignited the flame. Was
Hmm.
hereditary for me, eh?
Hereditary, eh?
Yeah, yeah. It was based just strictly off of volume,
That's how I
because like
was.
Tarantino
Yeah,
has some of those great movies, but then he has like Death Proof. I'm not a fan of Reservoir
I like.
Dogs. On top of
I
that,
love
Ooh.
Reservoir Dogs, man.
I'm not. I saw it and I was like, I don't know what the hype is. I'm
Because
not
he barely
this.
had money to make it. That's why. Like you have to know what the amount of money and how little resources he had to make that movie. Then it
I'm
makes it more
judging just
impressive.
strictly of what I saw on screen, not the backstory. And it was like, I don't see what the hype is here. In there. So,
I watched it for the first time like this past like year for my very first time, and I was like, why haven't I seen this? And I watched, and I
Mhm,
was like, ah, because it's that feeling you get the Tarantino feeling, and that's why I got rid of Scorsese because there's something about the feeling where I'm like, eh,
we're gonna go 90s kids snack food here.
mm. I love the
Pop
90s kids snack
Tarts,
food. Yep.
Bagel Bites,
ah,
Hot Pockets,
Mm.
Lunchables. One of them's gotta go.
Okay, got it.
I
Um,
think so too.
yeah, the second one was which one?
Bagel Bites.
Bagel Bites. Well, you know
Pizza in
why?
the
Because
morning, pizza in the
yes,
evening. That's what
Lunchable pizza is still bomb, but really that is basic. Lunchables are basically a charcuterie board, and I love charcuterie boards. So like it's basically like that. So you can't really get rid of that. Hot Pockets are amazing. Like it's like a perfect like snack, almost like an in between meal when you're like kind of hungry, but you need to wait like another 2 hour and a half. Hot Pockets perfect to eat that. And then Pop
Hot
Tarts,
pockets,
whenever it's done, like do you ever sometimes put a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt on it? Ooh, it
No.
amplifies the taste of whatever
salt.
it is. A little bit of salt, just a little bit.
Oh,
Put a little bit of
ooh.
salt on there in the butter, and it tastes so good.
That'd be so good on the cinnamon brown sugar one with the salt and
Correct.
butter on that. Oh, jeez, my juice.
Mm. We're gonna have to go with Hot Pocket on this one.
What?
May
Hot
I
pocket.
was convinced you would
Yeah,
never go Hot Pocket.
I'll go Hot Pocket because if I want that pizza, which is generally the Hot Pocket I will gravitate to, I'll just do the Bagel Bites in there. And Hot Pockets, I just don't like how Hot Pockets were extremely difficult to regulate the temperature on those. Are you cold? Are you hot? Like make up your mind, like what you are with with the Hot Pockets. It was so hard It's so much work to get it to the right amount where the outside is warm and the inside is warm and
That's what
not
she
like,
said.
yeah. So for that reason, I'm gonna get Hot Pocket because I can get my fix of, fake pizza with the bagel bites.
Do you
I don't
still
know
eat
why that
bagel
was one of
bites though?
no. But that statement was so funny. I was convinced you never say hot pocket. Why?
I thought he was my hot pocket buddy, but he's not.
Mm. Jose, remember when we hot pocketed together? How dare you say
Yeah, how
that?
dare you, man?
You're my-
I held your hot pocket as a cool down for you, regulating the temperature for you. So
yeah,
It
I took
shouldn't
out the
take that
guesswork
work,
on your
Dad. It
time.
shouldn't take it. It
bonding
shouldn't take
moment.
that much work.
I did.
What about you, Marie?
Oh, okay. Hot take. I would say Lunchables because the reason I love charcuterie, yes, but when I think about a Lunchable, I think about the pizza Lunchables, and I just didn't like it. The cold sauce with the shredded cheese, and it's kind of like
Never got the pizza
cold.
one. Never got it.
Like I don't like that. Um, Bagel Bites. I like grew up on Bagel Bites. Pop Tarts. I want that salt now with that cinnamon sugar one. Hot Pockets. We didn't even have those here for a while. We had pizza pops, pizza pockets, but we didn't have the hot pockets brand.
That
But I
changes
see it
everything then.
be but I still wouldn't get rid of them because I remember seeing the commercials and that hot pockets really like got stuck in there. And I'm like, I'd
And
eat
try
that.
lean pockets too. And I was like, they got a lean pockets?
Brought me back to like watching like if the price is right, like during the day when I'm sick at school,
Mm-hmm.
it's always this hot pockets commercials. No, I probably say yeah, I think I say Lunchables. I never ate the Lunchables. I didn't like the cold. I don't know, something about it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm
I'm
I'm the
literally only
regular, the
saying,
Lunchables.
temperatures.
yeah.
Yeah, I had the one with the cold cuts, the cheese, the crackers. Never did the pizza
Yeah, I
one
didn't.
because I was like, no, like miss me with that cold sauce.
Yeah, I don't like the cold sauce. No,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. I literally just said Lunchable just because of charcuterie boards. That's literally it.
I know.
So I figure if you get
I
rid of
know.
Lunchables, then charcuterie boards don't exist anymore. So
You don't know.
I
That's
said that.
which Pixar movie would you get rid of? Toy Story. Oh, Cars, Monsters Inc.
Easy.
Cars.
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 Next question. Cars.
Cars it
I'm
is.
I'm just not a Larry the
That's
Cable Guy
three.
fan. Just not a Larry the Cable Guy fan. That's not that type of humor is not my type of humor. And I'm wearing a Toy Story Band-Aid, so there you go.
Oh.
Shout out to
All right,
shout out to Woody.
let's move to the sitcoms then. Which
Okay.
one would you get rid of? Friends, Seinfeld, The Office, Parks and Rec.
Ooh.
I got an answer.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
I
Dan
don't.
was quick on it. So Dan,
Okay. I love all four. I love all four. I'm only picking this one because of social relevance, and that's going to be Parks and Rec. Even though I love Parks and Rec, Friends, Seinfeld had such ginormous cultural change. Even The Office, they affected pop
Yeah.
culture so much and so many other things. If you take that away, it creates a ripple effect.
Parks and Rec gave
Dude,
us Treat Yourself.
I trust me,
Yo, Sam.
and it also, yeah, it gave us like a lot. Like I love Parks and Rec. Christopher Pratt came from there. Like it was great, but
Christopher Pratt.
it had the smallest ripple effect in the kiddie pool
It
out
did.
of the other three. That's the only reason why I say that.
Its
For
pee
sure.
wasn't as warm. It just
Pee
wasn't as
wasn't as
warm.
warm, no.
Yeah. And you need that warm pee.
Yeah, you have like those tablets where they throw in the pool that when you pee in them, it turns it blue, where they can see your pee.
Yeah.
If they all sat there and peed, there's like the smallest blue that's in the pool.
I'm gonna go Seinfeld on this one.
Ugh.
The Office, I saw all the way through until I gave it a try when Steve Carell was gone, and it just wasn't the same, so I stopped. But Steve Carell's year, I saw all of it through. Parks and Rec, I saw all the way through. Um, Seinfeld, I never did. I saw random episodes here and there. I always liked them, but I never got the urge to just sit down and watch seasons of Seinfeld. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with Seinfeld because that's the one I've probably seen the least out of these four.
Oh man, the bet episode is so good.
Oh, it's
That's
so
so
good.
good.
Oh
That
my
is,
God.
I think about Seinfeld is that it's so well written.
It's
You know what I
brilliant.
mean? It's very brilliantly written the way that they set up jokes. The plant and payoff is
Yeah.
superb in Seinfeld. That just like that Curb Your Enthusiasm started doing, obviously with Larry David, started doing that, in his own show. But like Seinfeld, like they were huge for the plant and payoffs in their episodes.
I was watching Seinfeld today. I watch Seinfeld on repeat all the time, and I was watching
Mm.
it today. And the plant and payoff throughout all the seasons is just that episode where George's mom is in the hospital. You're talking about the
Yeah.
the bet, and then he sees the women behind the
Yeah.
curtain and give him the sponge bath. Well, I just
Yeah.
watched the episode today where it's at least one season later where they're doing they're pre- they were pretending they were gay in the
Yeah.
diner,
Yeah.
and then now there's anything wrong with that. And
Yeah.
then George is in the hospital with his mom again, and then behind the curtain it's two
It's the
men
two
giving the
men.
sponge
Yeah.
bath.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the most brilliant. Okay, out of all those shows,
Yeah.
Seinfeld's my favorite. Seinfeld's my favorite out of all of them. I have to just
Yeah.
say that I absolutely
I
adore
agree.
Seinfeld. I think it's the smartest one.
Yeah.
And I always say like Friends and Seinfeld were like at the same time. Parks and Rec and Office were kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like Seinfeld is like the Office to the Parks and Rec because Friends
Yeah.
and this okay wait this is how my brain works because I'm all
Yeah.
about colors. Friends and Parks and Rec are like the bright happy versions of Office and Seinfeld. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean by that?
Yep.
Like Seinfeld's
Yep.
more gray and like serious and like
Darker.
darker than Friends, and that's what The Office was to Parks and Rec. Like gray and darker. I don't know what I would get rid of. I Ron Swanson. I can't.
I know.
But The Office I do watch more than Parks and Rec.
I do too. Even though I love going back and watching certain
Mm.
episodes of Park and Rec.
I'm getting rid of The Office just for get rid of Pam.
This next one is uh actors who probably don't have the best acting ability, but they're still loved by audiences overall. So
Keanu Reeves.
we're rid of
Oh,
Keanu
not getting rid
Reeves,
of. Not getting rid of. Not getting rid
the
of.
Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage,
Nicolas Cage.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Ooh.
Sylvester Stallone. That means they
Oh
also
hell
gets rid
no.
of all their movies.
That's easy for me. That's so easy.
You're gonna say Sylvester
Sylvester
Stallone,
Stallone.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, damn. Keanu
This is
Reeves.
this is tough. Sylvester
I'm not
Stallone
getting
would
rid of
mean
Arnold.
that
Not
would
getting rid of
mean no
Arnold.
no Rocky, no no Rambo, like
Ugh.
You're
none
not
of
getting rid of
those.
Nicolas Cage. Come on. No one. Oh, maybe some people can get rid of Nicolas Cage. Never mind. I'm having memories of past episodes that you guys done. I'm like, wait, someone might get rid of Nicolas Cage.
No, no one has ever said they dislike Nicolas Cage. We
Yeah.
love Nicolas
No,
Cage. We have
I
hyped up
know.
Nicolas.
Sorry.
We've had the rage of Cage. We did an entire
Yeah.
episode talking about how awesome Nick Cage is. You can't get
I
rid of
know.
him. You can't. I can't lose Con Air, and I can't lose like there's too many. There's too many Nicolas Cage movies, and he adds such a joy in our lives.
Face
And
Off.
Face Off, like things that we've talked about in this podcast, that like if you remove him, that whole fun is like deleted. Like no one's filling the gap of Nicolas Cage.
No
So
one can.
I would never get rid of Nicolas Cage. I
No.
cannot get rid of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like you're not going to get rid of
No.
Terminator. Like I'm not going to lose Terminator. I'm not going to lose True Lies.
Predator?
Predator, like too
I'm gonna
many.
have to go Stallone. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that.
Ugh.
Yeah, why? I can.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
It's
go Stallone.
Keanu or Stallone. It's like,
I can't
oh
I can't get
man,
rid of Keanu because I
The
lose
Matrix.
John Wick series, lose
Yeah,
the first Matrix, you lose Speed, lose Bill and Ted's, Awesome Adventure, which I
yeah,
loved as a kid. So even though it doesn't hold up well now, but as a kid I remember really loving that movie.
yeah.
So get rid of that.
Right.
I think out of Stallone, the one that hurts the most is probably gonna be Rocky. Um but if I had to lose the movies of
Yeah,
any of these actors,
yeah.
I feel the hurt would be less with Sylvester Stallone.
And think about this, Jose. We're not from Philadelphia, okay? We don't have as much loyalty to Rocky, okay? So no, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Stallone. I still love you
So
though.
yeah, we would
Yeah.
lose that. We would lose Cliffhanger, Demolition Man.
Love,
We
dude.
would lose
Demolition Man and Cliffhanger.
Over the Top. Not an easy decision, but I'm gonna go Stallone.
Yeah, but Demolition Man, bro. But
I
Matrix
know.
and John Wick beats at Demolition Man.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
it's hard because that's my favorite Wesley Snipes. Like that was my favorite Wesley Snipes. Even though I love Wesley Snipes and so many other movies,
You
I
still have
loved
the
him.
Passenger movie. You
Yeah,
still have that
Passenger
one.
57.
We still have
Yeah.
Blade.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like he was still in great movies. It was just sucks because that was my favorite. His
yeah.
performance.
Can't lose Keanu because of those. We would lose
Yeah, that's what
Point
I'm
Break.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, I
Like
thought all
Point
that, and I
Break.
was like, I can't get rid of him, man. No,
You'd
and you
lose if
can't
you
get
got
rid of
rid of Keanu.
Matrix.
You'd if you got rid of Keanu, you'd lose Sweet November. No, no one. No
She
one
says
sees
that me
Sweet
and Jose
November.
are just
No. Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
like what?
and Chuck would lose Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, he
So
loves his Johnny
like,
Mnemonic.
can't lose his Johnny Mnemonic. All right, yeah,
Maria's never
Stallone.
heard of Johnny Mnemonic.
No.
Never even heard
We
of it.
never heard of Sweet November, so whatever.
But for this next one, it's not one must go. Is
One must stay.
if you were, in a way, yes.
Hmm.
If you were to be clockwork oranged
Mm.
with one of these franchises, meaning you have to repeatedly watch them over and over again,
Mm,
which one would you choose?
mm.
Number one, 50 Shades of Grey.
Ugh,
Number two,
be Bart.
Twilight series.
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Oh my god.
Number three, Resident Evil.
Mm,
Number four, Step Up.
Mm.
And
Oof.
that includes every
Yeah. All
property
right, I got it.
that they've had as a whole. You would be
Okay.
forced to
okay.
repeatedly watch these. So,
Mm,
for example, Resident Evil that includes the TV shows and the movies,
mhm,
any spin-offs, all of that counts.
Okay.
mhm.
So,
Okay.
Marie,
Resident Evil. Well, you're kind of like helping me make my decision because if there's more, even if it's crappy, if there's more things to watch, then it's not going to get as I'm not going to get as sick of it, right?
So
Like there's what three Twilight, three, I don't know. I've only seen one, two, and they were force fed to me. So, um, and then I have never seen 50 Shades of Grey. Please, just like I never, just please, never make me do it. Like that's torture. That's hell. That's where my hell would be. Um, yep. And at least like Resident Evil has like horror aspects to it and like gore and excitement and like scary bits and
it gets
I
really bad, especially
that's
with the
okay.
Resident Evil
It could be
series.
it could be fun bad
It's
maybe, but at
the
least there's more to
remakes.
watch. There's more. Resident Evil. Yeah, standing by it. Resident
All right. Dan?
yeah, I do Resident Evil too. I can't just sit there and watch like dancing for like the rest of my
Evil.
life with Step Up. Like I'm out. 50 Shades of Grey, like to watch really, really, really bad soft core. Like I'm out. Don't care to watch it. And then Twilight, like ugh. Like the bad baseball scene, like I can't do that.
Oh my
So
God.
Resident Evil, at least like you're giving me action, and like action's
Yes.
always a little more interesting. So you give me action, horror, like there's enough of a mixture of genres. Like okay, I can rock with this one. So Resident Evil,
This is Twilight, Jose. You pick Twilight.
yeah, he was. He's a Twilight guy.
No, 50 Shades all the way. uh, I was also go Resident Evil. But let's just because it seemed Resident Evil was a little too easy for you guys. Let's replace Resident Evil
Okay.
with Pitch Perfect.
I go Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen
It's
it, but I've heard the movies are actually pretty good.
it's the only one that's like more like the other three are just awful franchises. That one
Hmm.
at least like is decent. You know what I mean? Even though like I didn't love it as much as Jose did, it's not like a bad movie. Like I don't give you any crap for liking them. It's just some people, that's some people's cup of tea. So
Yeah.
I'd go with that one.
Yeah. So you'd pick Pitch Perfect too, Jose,
Yeah,
I'm guessing?
yeah, yeah. He loves
Yeah.
Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say love it. I do like it. I mostly for the singing aspects of it. This is you can choose to eliminate all of the sequels to one of these, keeping only the
Mm.
original,
Okay.
Mm.
which one would you choose? First one, Jurassic Park,
Mhm.
Scream,
Mm.
Jaws, Psycho.
So all the sequels get
Oh,
eliminated except for the
All the
original.
sequels, you only
Easy.
that means these movies
easy,
don't
yeah.
get touched after the original.
Easy.
3, 2, 1.
Jurassic
Psycho?
Park.
Oh
For me,
no!
Jurassic Park.
For me, it's
Psycho 2,
Psycho.
I don't give a damn. Psycho already exists. Jurassic Park is unbelievable. And like they had so many awful, god awful sequels, like 4 or 5. Like Psycho's only had what, one sequel and then just a remake?
No, no, Psycho.
Psycho? How
There's
many
been a
more is there?
remake and there've been like 3
Yeah.
sequels.
There's 3 sequels. I knew they had a
There's like 2 or
sequel and
3
then the
sequels.
remake. Oh
No,
no,
there's
you're right.
2 or
You're
3.
right. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I feel like Psycho should have never been touched or done anything, and like not a remake. Like no, if Jurassic Park had a remake, maybe, but I didn't. Honestly, Jurassic Park 1, perfect. Jurassic Park 2, I don't hate it. Like I don't hate it,
And
so
Part
I'd
3
watch
is
it.
so bad.
It's so bad.
Jurassic World 2, Jurassic World 3, those are so bad. Like
And
they've had
we're gonna
three
get 3 more.
unwatchable movies. They've had
We're
three
gonna get
unwatchable movies,
we're gonna get
which
3
is more than
more that are
Psycho.
probably just gonna be just as bad. This was actually tough for me because I really wanted to say Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Jurassic Park.
Uh,
It's
but
just
then I
like
was like, Psycho definitely should not have been touched.
no, but
Ever.
But I'm gonna choose Scream. And the
Hmm.
reason I say Scream is because Scream was so great at the time that it came out because it was so different. It revived horror, bringing that meta aspect to it and that self-awareness. In a way, it kind of lived off of that gimmick, which only really works for one movie. Because then after that, it just became repeating the same gimmick over and over again. So for that, I'm gonna have to say Scream because I think if that stood alone, the Scream as a whole probably would be more elevated than it is now. Every sequel just kind of slowly brings down Scream as a whole. So I'm gonna go with Scream.
That was my
fair enough.
first choice before you said Psycho,
See,
and I just think, yeah.
here's why. Like none of us three are wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like we all make good
Mm-mm.
points and with all that stuff.
Yeah.
To me, I kind of fall a little more in line with Jose's thinking on this. Like to Marie, you're right in the sense that Psycho is so untouchable and is so genius. I think with me and Jose, we're seeing is in the point where the sequels became so oversaturated that like it
Mm-mm.
kind of diminished the value of the first one. I don't think the Psycho sequels were like that many people watched them, right? Like not nearly
Mm-mm.
the same level that Jurassic World is just getting shoved down my damn throat over and over with these damn things. Like it's too much. And then with Scream, they have the TV show of that, and like they're doing another three, and it's just like, come on already. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one that really is that these are all movies who had great originals and lackluster to bad sequels. So it's
Mhm.
just a matter of like which one are you willing to save? So it's like either way, it's a good outcome, no matter what you
Mhm.
choose.
I
But
also
okay,
view Jurassic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I view Jurassic Park as like the movie. The first movie is a masterpiece, but that whole franchise is a product. It's not just a movie. It's not just a film. Jurassic Park's a product. Like everything that like came off of it, like toys and video games and merchandise and everything like that. Like it's just Jurassic Park's a product, and that's why they keep making the movies and they keep selling and they want the money.
Which is why I
And
picked
it
that
sucks. It
because it
sucks,
turned
I
it
know,
into a
but it's like,
product.
but I feel like it's like it was gonna be a product and it was meant to be that in the first place. Like I think that was the intention.
Okay, so can I ask you this then? Star Wars
Yes.
clearly became a product way more since Disney
Yep.
bought it. But before we
Hmm.
got the prequels, it was so easy to call it a product, but yet we went
Hmm.
over 20 years without them doing the prequels and the sequels. So
Hmm.
Jurassic Park could have had the same effect where you just didn't have to touch it.
Hmm. I mean, I'm glad, you know what? I hate a lot of the Star Wars movies, but I'm glad they kept touching it after, I'm glad they kept touching it just to get Rogue One. And maybe there will be some sort of good Jurassic Park movie down the line. You know, Jurassic Park's Rogue One might happen.
Yeah. Well,
Might.
we got 3 more coming down the road, so maybe one of those 3. will be it. Maybe Scarlett
less bad.
Johansson will save the
Yeah.
franchise.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, she got casted as a
Mhm.
T-Rex. I
Yeah.
know people are complaining because she isn't actually a T-Rex, that
She's
maybe
more
she
of a
shouldn't be
Yeah.
playing
velociraptor.
this role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Chewbacca!
Speaking of not touching, this next one, if you can choose one movie to never be touched, no reboots, no remakes, no sequels, nothing. It stays as it is. Which one would you do? I feel like I know what Dan's answer is going to be, but we'll see. Number one, we have Casablanca, The Goonies, Forrest Gump, The Shining. Which one? No, no sequels, no nothing. Which one?
You know mine.
Daniel?
The Shining. It's The Shining. Don't ever
Yeah.
touch it. Like, what were the other ones? Like, I zoned out as soon as you said The
The
Shining.
Goonies, Forrest Gump, Casablanca.
Yeah. I don't have loyalties to Forrest Gump like that. Like, it was cool, I appreciate whatever. And if they end up like redoing it or whatever, like, okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't hold it as sacred. I love Casablanca. So Casablanca was like, ooh, like I was hanging on to that one until you said The Shining. I've seen the made for television movie of The Shining. It was bad. I've seen the sequel, Doctor Sleep. And even though it wasn't terrible, like it still wasn't The Shining. It's you
No.
can't do it without Kubrick. And unfortunately, Kubrick's not with us anymore, so you can't do it right. So you can't do it at all, in my opinion. Leave
Yeah,
it.
these are all movies that I felt that the original was so good that it was like, what if we just, did the originals are so good that they shouldn't be remade.
Mm.
But which one can you absolutely give that never remake card to?
Shining.
Marie?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I was debating The Shining, I think is the one that I'm gonna go with. But then I also was like, I really don't want to try to remake like the Goonies. That was just such a childhood favorite. But I was like, don't touch it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with The Shining too.
Yeah. The Shining is an art piece. Like you just can't, it's like an art installment of history
It
and
is.
time. Like you don't ever, don't you dare touch it.
Don't. That's how I felt. Like you can't have a sequel to it, even though they try doing that. You can't really
No.
do that. Like you can't go back to that world because it's too different. You're not gonna get Jack Nicholson, which is you can't get the mystique of it. You can't get the director. Like
Mm-mm.
even when you know about the story, about the filming of it, how it went down and how the most frustrations and how long it went on for filming, you can't duplicate that. So the magic is gone. Now it feels like a product, and The Shining is everything that goes against that.
But if there ever was like a director to take on anything Shining related, I would say it would be like Ari Aster. That's like the only one I'd
Yes.
want to see, but I would never want to see it. But there's
Yeah.
something about the way he films that I could see maybe that's
Okay.
like the only thing that could like
Let's
capture
touch
an
that.
essence of it. Let's
Let's
touch
touch
it.
that. So Ari Aster would
And
be
that's what
able
he said.
to, yeah, Ari Aster would be able to give us a little bit of the feels of The Shining, but
Yeah.
he is nowhere at the level that Kubrick is when it turns to the visual tiny details that he puts in the clues that pays off without the note and all. He's playing chess
I'll have
and
to be
like
a
Mhm.
just
tag team. I have
nobody.
to be a directing tag
Yeah,
team.
you can't. It takes more than one man. Like that dude was so neurotic with how he planned stuff out. And obviously we talked about we love Ari Aster, but Kubrick was he's just on a different level in terms of little
Different.
tiny things. Like if you go and you watch the YouTube videos of all the little Easter eggs they did in The Shining, it's unbelievable
Huh.
how many things are in there that we just never
Mhm.
caught. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I
hard.
don't know if like Ari Aster does stuff like that. Like we don't even know. Like we don't know. So, uh-huh.
It's like a human finger, isn't
It
it?
is.
Like the one from
That's what
House.
it is.
Oh,
That's what
wait,
it
for a
is,
second, I
guys. It
Oh,
thought it
is
has
it
a
was your
little
really?
nail
finger.
on it.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
really?
it's a human finger that I took off an old lady in a graveyard,
Oh,
and I'm
perfect. There you
using her
go.
carcass to make my lips shiny. It's all
What's the joke,
dewy, you
Jose?
know?
I hope it was a lady. Got it.
All right, for this next one, let's go. Let's go like 90s R&B, 90s early 2000s R&B, and we got to get rid of one R&B group. We have 112.
With the players, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, Drew Hill.
Ooh, Drew Hill's good.
Yeah, which getting rid of Drew Hill also gets rid of
With
Cisco. So
Cisco.
we lose Cisco.
Song
So
song.
yeah,
I don't need the song in my life. It's all right.
Voice
Who's
Voice
jumping
to
on
Men
heads? Oh, nope. Can never get rid of Boys to
Never.
Men.
and New Edition.
We'll never get rid of "I'm Still in Love with You." That's like my favorite
But
R&B songs ever. You knew because I've shared it in my story multiple times.
Boys to Men,
You
though,
knew.
I could not get Boys to Men over New
Never.
Edition. But if you had to get rid of one of those two,
Oh wait,
Three.
sorry, I asked that the wrong way. You could only keep one. This isn't a
Oh,
Boys
Boys
to
to
Men.
Men. Boys to Men.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Even though it's getting rid of like my favorite song, which is "I'm Still in Love with You," I just Boys to Men's too. They have so many.
Their
good ones.
catalog, even their first
Yeah.
album. Their first album was
Oh, it's
legendary when that came
perfect.
out. And then part two, the second album, like, oh my god,
And
bangers,
then
man.
their cameo in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the
Yes.
baptism, like, come
Yes.
on.
Come on, Jose.
Come on.
Yeah, it was gonna be
Jose-
Boys to Men too. If it was get rid of one,
Drew Hill.
It's too easy. Drew Hill. I can't get rid of 112 either. It's like the
No, God.
112.
let's
Yeah.
be True Hill. The
Peaches
only
and Cream?
my
God, I
only
told you that never
my
stop.
only-
Peaches
Oh,
and
my
Peaches and
only-
Cream. Yeah.
yeah, my only battle with Drew Hill
Peaches
is
and
because
Cream.
it would get rid of Cisco, and I remember like in high school with like the thong song, we had like a performance and all that stuff, and that was like a lot of fun. So it would get rid of that those like moments, but catalog wise, music catalog wise, it would have to be Drew Hill.
Yeah, 100%. If
They
you're
didn't have
like,
enough hits.
well, and like the other ones have so many ballads, and the ballads are just like,
Yeah.
Okay, what if we
oh my
replace
God.
Drew Hill with Jodeci?
Ooh. Or you know what? Casey and JoJo was good too.
Oh,
Yeah, they're part
they're
of yeah.
part for
Yeah,
Jodeci.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
So if you're doing the
shoot.
whole thing, yeah.
What if we replace it with Jodeci? Now who we're getting rid of?
I would get rid of. Ooh. Oh, man, it's
It's a
either
little
one.
harder
It's
now.
one for me personally. It'd probably be New Edition. I get rid of it at that point because 112. Like I listen to their songs
Yes.
more often. Like
Oh, yeah.
Peaches and Cream.
Timeless,
man.
timeless.
Peaches and
They're
Cream. I
well,
cannot
and
get rid of Peaches.
Only You is one of
Yes.
my most favorite
Yeah.
songs in life.
So
So
I'd have to go New Edition at that point.
Yeah, but New Edition, you got Candy Girl, Can You Stand the Rain?
Oh, I know.
yeah.
I know.
Now, I go Jodeci just because I have bad memories with like all my life. It's just me crying at a sock hop, me crying at a school dance because my crush doesn't want to dance with me, and I'm just like, no, I can't. I'm just washing away the memory.
So you got the other one, Crazy, Crazy, Crazy.
Yeah, I know that's bringing me flash heartbreak. I can't.
It's the same album.
I know that was a bad time in my life. Grade 7 was hard.
For the last one, here we go. You have to get rid of one iconic creature design.
Ooh, okay.
Not Xenomorph. We know already.
Not
it's
getting
not
rid of
gonna be
Xenomorph.
Number
We
one?
already know. And then
That,
Xenomorph.
that belongs in a museum.
Number two,
Never.
Predator.
No, can't. Sorry.
Number
Can't stop,
three,
won't stop.
Godzilla.
Ooh, I love Godzilla, but the other two are just way better.
Number
designs.
four, Pale Man.
Who?
The
What?
Pale Man.
Oh,
I
Pale
said
Man.
mailman.
I heard Quail Man.
That would have made it harder, I think. I think if you said Quail Man, that would have made it harder for Daniel to choose.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get rid of Quail Man.
And I can't get rid of the mailman. I can't get rid of the
Yeah.
mailman. That's my dad. It's my dad.
No,
mean,
that-
You get
the
that?
mailman?
You don't get that joke? No, you
No.
know the joke back in the day where it's like, she doesn't look like you. Oh, it must have been the mailman's kid. No.
No,
okay,
Oh,
look,
for us, it was the
for
milkman.
America, it's the Milkman.
Oh,
Yeah.
the milkman. Okay.
You guys said mailman?
No, we didn't have
Oh,
milk delivered to us in Canada. Okay, it's too
we didn't
cold
either.
outside.
This stuff is from the 50s. Like that
Yeah,
joke, a milkman is from the 50s. We just know the joke is always like, oh, that's the milkman.
Milkman.
So they would always
yeah,
make the joke about the
I heard
milkman.
mailman.
yeah.
Mailman's
Wow.
all
Hey,
season.
you know what's so awesome about this? Every time we
That's-
start going off on these little random rants, we find out how different America and Canada are based
yeah.
off of little tiny things. And it's like,
That little thing, that
huh,
mailman, milkman. Because it was like milkman delivered the milk and delivered the milk.
yes, do you get
Ugh.
it? Yes.
Well, the mailman delivered the news and delivered the news.
I had to go with the pale man on this one, even though I know it's iconic. Pan's Labyrinth is regarded highly, and it is a really good creepy design that's held up over time. But that's one movie. The other one, the other designs have extended across movies, franchises, and everything. So we would be losing more if we went with one of the other ones.
I get rid of because this is just our own personal taste on this stuff.
Yeah,
I go Godzilla because he's just a giant fat lizard. In terms of an aesthetic design, like I love Godzilla. Don't get me wrong, I'm not crapping on Godzilla at all. I like watching Godzilla movies, but just terms of aesthetic design, there's nothing super unique. The Pale Man is one of the most original conceptual ideas I've seen in cinema. I'm a huge Guillermo del Toro fan, obviously, but the Xenomorph and the Predator, like we have written poems and recited soliloquies off of the designs of these damn creatures on our podcast. Like I cannot get rid of these things. And the Pale Man, I just cannot. It was my newest favorite creature design in like the last 15 years. 20 years was the Pale Man. Like I'm a huge sucker for that kind of stuff. So Godzilla again, it's just nothing super aesthetically different, compared to the others.
Marie.
Jose, you knew what you were doing, throwing in the pale man at the end. 'Cause you're like, well, Dan is gonna have a hard time a little bit because he threw that in just for you,
Yeah.
baby. That's what he put that
Did,
in just
did,
for
I,
yeah.
you.
I I knew Dan was a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get rid of him.
um, like design wise, I'd want to get rid of Godzilla because like it's not that inventive. I know, just like it's not that Godzilla's
That's what
not
we're
that
going with.
inventive.
We didn't say
But
movie, right? We went just design. You said which
did,
one?
did you, is that what we're going for? Lines or the movies?
Well,
Did we
the
get rid of all
creature,
the movies?
if you lose the creature designs, then that,
You lose
in
all the
essence, will get rid of the movies because then if there's no Godzilla, there's no Godzilla movies.
I love Pan's
okay.
Labyrinth though more than any Godzilla I've ever seen. Even though I love watching Godzilla movies, nothing is that value to me in terms of movie
Mhm.
film quality.
Mhm. So is this okay? Because I'm thinking about other people.
Oh, I'm not. I'm thinking
I'm
about
For
me.
thinking
you, this
Yes.
is for you.
just for me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Luke, if you're watching this, my son, because I would never want to get rid of Godzilla just because it's his one of his favorite things in the world. But
He can't be sad if
um,
he doesn't know it exists.
I know, but like the OG movie with the subtitles and everything is
Oh,
like
it's fun. Yeah.
was his
Yeah.
favorite movie
That's awesome.
until he watched Into the Spider-Verse. Then now that's his favorite movie. But anyway, okay, I'd pick. mm, But then
Say it.
Godzilla was like my
Look him in the eyes and
childhood, and
say it.
and no, but like Godzilla and it's my childhood, like Mothra and Rodan and
We're not
everything. I
talking about
watched it all the
movies. We're talking
time.
about just the design. Like which of the
No,
four, which one?
he said you're gonna get rid
Well,
of all the movies.
yes, but which of the four design? Like which of the design? I'm going with the question of
Oh,
the designs. Like the three of them look so aesthetically amazing to me, and the
he's going
fourth one
against your
doesn't
rules.
aesthetically. That was his
Jose just
question.
said.
Dan likes
He
to make his
said,
own rules too. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. He's like, I'm not hearing
I fit
that
if
he's
you
within
gonna
the
get
get rid of the
lines. He
movies.
said
if
aesthetic
you
designs.
get rid of these creatures and all
Yeah.
that stuff, then their movies don't exist.
I can't. I love Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite films ever. That I cannot get rid of Pan's Labyrinth,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean.
Honest,
Like I love Godzilla, but I don't hold his movies in the top 10 greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
honestly, if this would have been early last year, I would have chosen Godzilla. Then
But
Godzilla minus one
-1,
happened,
yeah, yeah.
and now I can't get rid of Godzilla because I love that movie.
Do you like it better than Pan's Labyrinth?
I'm actually not a huge Pan's Labyrinth person.
Really?
I like it, but I watched it once when I was younger and never
Oh
went back to
man,
rewatch it.
you should. It's amazing.
Okay, I'll choose a Pale Man just because I need to keep Godzilla for nostalgic reasons and
Too
personal
late.
reasons.
I'm gonna edit that part out and keep the part where you talked about the other stuff. So excited. Take that, Jose.
Remember, nothing. This episode was as controversial as the last episode when still can't look at you. How you got rid of all the Alien franchise. I can't. I
I
just
know, and I still think about it
Whoa.
now, and I don't think I could
Whoa.
actually. I
Whoa.
think I made
haunts
the
you
wrong
at night.
decision. I think I still made the wrong decision on that one, but you just don't realize how Terminator 2 had such an impact on my personal life. Like, it's so important. Like, even when we talk about like the Godzilla and like the Pan's Labyrinth, I can sit here and focus on the catalog of something and the weight of it, but the power of what one movie can do to your life and alter your
Yeah.
personality so much is just more impactful to me than a catalog of stuff.
So I can't get rid of Laurie Strode. I can't because that
I
movie
get it.
impacted my life and changed my whole.
That's why I had to get rid of Hot Pockets.
Marie's hole in her shirt is going to close us out this whole time. So if you want to watch more content like the hole in her shirt, please follow, subscribe, like, share on our YouTube channel, Not a Strong Start. You can listen to us anywhere, listen to your podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We can see a daily picture of her hole in her shirt getting posted every day. I
Oh.
saved it. I saved it.
Throwing the context.
Throw in the context there. But on that note, I am your host, Dewey. You can follow me at King_Sangre.
And I am not your host, non-holy Louie. And you can find me at This Is Mi Nombre on Instagram.
That's a lie. He is Hoey.
Hoey.
Oh, yeah.
Hoey.
And no, for sure. Yeah, for sure. You can find me Holy Huey at Marie Plays It All on Instagram.
I should have been Diddly Dewey. I need to throw in a D or
Diddly.
something and then Diddly. Diddly. That's why I cut my finger, right? Diddly Dewey.
You're diddling too much. Don't
I'm
be
diddling a little too much.
Come
You
on,
guys gotta take it
you're
easy,
diddling.
okay? I know it's a
You've been-
Saturday, but then I like to dwiddle too much, right?
You've been watching
Diddling.
ET for too long.
Yeah. Or more like not enough, am I right?
Oh.
You gotta learn his techniques.